The lethality of the 88 flak gun during World War II stemmed from its versatility and effectiveness against various targets. Originally designed as an anti-aircraft gun, the 88 flak gun's devastating impact extended to ground targets, including armored vehicles and infantry. The 88 flak gun fired shells with a caliber of 88 millimeters, allowing for the use of powerful and versatile ammunition. The high explosive and armor-piercing shells were particularly effective against both aircraft and tanks. The gun's design featured a high muzzle velocity, enabling the shells to travel at significant speeds. This characteristic was crucial for accurate targeting and penetration of armor, making it lethal against enemy tanks. The 88 was known for its accuracy and long-range capabilities. This made it effective in engaging targets at a distance, whether they were aircraft flying at high altitudes or armored vehicles maneuvering on the ground. One of the key factors contributing to the lethality of the 88 was its dual-purpose role. It was originally designed for anti-aircraft defense, but proved exceptionally effective against ground targets, earning it a fearsome reputation as an anti-tank weapon. The adaptability of the 88 allowed it to be quickly repositioned on the battlefield, enhancing its lethality against a wide range of threats. Its versatility made it a valuable asset for the German military in various theaters of operation. The gun was strategically deployed in key battles, such as the Battle of Britain and the Eastern Front, where it played a significant role in inflicting heavy casualties on both air and ground forces. The deadly reputation of the 88 also had a psychological impact on enemy forces. Its presence on the battlefield and its ability to neutralize heavily armored tanks contributed to a sense of fear and respect among Allied forces. One Allied soldier aptly described it as the anti-everything gun. While the 88 flak gun was originally designed for anti-aircraft purposes, its lethal effectiveness against ground targets, particularly tanks, contributed to its iconic status in military history. Its adaptability, powerful ammunition, and overall design made it one of the most formidable weapons of its time. In the hands of a World War II soldier, the Mark II hand grenade embodied both the simplicity and lethality of battlefield weaponry. Its appearance, characterized by a segmented, pineapple-like design, was not merely aesthetic. It served a functional purpose in the efficient distribution of destruction. Constructed with a forged steel or iron body, the Mark II contained a core of explosive material, typically TNT. Weighing around 1.25 pounds, the grenade was compact, fitting snugly into a soldier's grip. A distinctive feature was the fuse assembly, its safety pin held in place by a spring-loaded striker lever, the linchpin separating readiness and detonation. When the safety pin was pulled, the soldier set in motion a sequence of events that transformed the seemingly innocuous sphere into an instrument of devastation. The soldier released the grenade into the air with a practiced throw, its trajectory determined by the urgency of the moment. Upon detonation, the Mark II hand grenade unleashed its deadly potential. The spherical casing fragmented into lethal shards, each groove on its surface now a source of peril. The air crackled with the concussive blast, accompanied by the metallic symphony of shrapnel tearing through the surroundings. The effectiveness of the Mark II lay in its versatility and ease of deployment. Soldiers could employ it in a variety of combat scenarios, its blast and fragmentation effects making it equally lethal against personnel and material targets. Its impact extended beyond the physical realm, carrying with it a psychological weight that left an indelible mark on the experiences of those who encountered it on the battlefield. In the annals of military history, the Mark II hand grenade became more than a tool of war. It became a symbol of the visceral and unpredictable nature of conflict, a tangible manifestation of the sacrifices made by those who carried it into battle. The Avro Lancaster bomber was a deadly and highly effective aircraft that played a pivotal role during World War II. With its distinctive mid-wing configuration, twin-engine nacelles, and twin tail, the Lancaster was an imposing figure in the skies. Its sleek design, combined with a broad wingspan and tapered fuselage, contributed to its aerodynamic efficiency. What made the Lancaster particularly lethal was its significant bomb-carrying capacity. Capable of delivering an impressive payload of up to 22,000 pounds, the Lancaster became a formidable force in strategic bombing campaigns. This capability was central to the Royal Air Force's efforts to weaken German industrial and military infrastructure. The Lancaster's role in strategic bombing, especially during nighttime operations, was crucial. It participated in raids that targeted key German cities, factories, and transportation hubs. The aircraft's adaptability was evident in its involvement in the famous Dam Busters raid, where Lancasters delivered special bouncing bombs to breach German dams. Defensively armed with machine guns in the nose, mid-upper, and tail turrets, the Lancaster could fend off enemy fighters during bombing missions. Its operational success was a testament to its reliability and the skill of the crews who operated it. Beyond its primary role, the Lancaster demonstrated versatility by adapting to various mission types. Whether engaged in maritime reconnaissance or electronic warfare, the Lancaster showcased its range and endurance, making it a versatile asset for the RAF. The Lancaster's impact extended beyond the physical damage it inflicted on the enemy. Its presence, especially during nighttime raids, had a profound psychological effect on both civilian populations and military forces. The sustained bombing campaign contributed to the erosion of German morale and the overall war effort. The M1 Garand rifle, an iconic firearm used by the United States military during World War II, was renowned for its effectiveness and reliability on the battlefield. Its deadly reputation stemmed from its semi-automatic action, allowing soldiers to fire rapidly without manually cycling the bolt, providing a significant tactical advantage. The M1 fired the powerful .30-06 Springfield cartridge, delivering substantial stopping power. Its 8-round clip allowed for a faster reload compared to bolt-action rifles, enhancing the rifleman's rate of fire. This combination of firepower and efficiency contributed to the M1 Garand's lethality in combat. Soldiers valued the M1 for its accuracy and rugged design. Its semi-automatic action, combined with the rapid reload capability, allowed skilled marksmen to deliver accurate and sustained fire, making it a formidable weapon in both offensive and defensive scenarios. The distinctive ping sound produced when the clip was ejected after the last round added a psychological element to the rifle's presence on the battlefield. This audible cue alerted both allies and enemies to the status of the shooter, influencing the dynamics of engagements. The M1 Garand continued to serve as a standard-issue rifle in the U.S. military beyond World War II, seeing action in subsequent conflicts. Its lethal effectiveness, reliability, and role in shaping infantry tactics solidified its place as one of the most iconic rifles in military history. The M1 Garand's legacy endures not only for its impact on the battlefield, but also for its contribution to the evolution of modern infantry firearms. The T-34 tank, a Soviet masterpiece of World War II, earned a formidable reputation for its deadly combination of mobility, firepower, and armor protection. Its impact on the Eastern Front was pivotal, and its design influenced tank development for years to come. The T-34's lethality stemmed from its 76.2mm main gun, which was both powerful and versatile. It could engage enemy armor effectively and also serve as an artillery piece against infantry and fortifications. The tank's sloped armor design was a groundbreaking feature, providing enhanced protection by deflecting incoming rounds. This innovation significantly increased the T-34's survivability on the battlefield. The tank's mobility was another key factor in its deadliness. The Christie suspension system, coupled with a robust engine, granted the T-34 exceptional agility and speed, enabling it to outmaneuver and flank slower adversaries. This advantage allowed Soviet tank crews to dictate the terms of engagements, exploiting weaknesses in enemy formations. The T-34's simplicity and ease of production were also crucial contributors to its deadly effectiveness. Its rugged design made it suitable for mass production, ensuring that large numbers of T-34s could be deployed rapidly. This strategic advantage overwhelmed German forces on the Eastern Front, particularly during the early stages of the war. In battles such as the Battle of Kursk, the T-34 demonstrated its ability to withstand punishment and deliver accurate firepower in return. The tank's versatility in various roles, including breakthroughs and defensive operations, made it a linchpin in Soviet armored formations. The psychological impact of facing the T-34 should not be underestimated. German tank crews, initially unprepared for the T-34's capabilities, were forced to adapt quickly to this new and deadly adversary. The T-34's influence extended beyond its immediate tactical impact, shaping the evolution of tank design and doctrine in the post-war period. The MG-42 machine gun, known as Hitler's buzzsaw, was a deadly and iconic weapon used by the German military during World War II. Its lethality stemmed from a combination of factors that made it a fearsome force on the battlefield. The MG-42's rate of fire was one of its most distinctive and deadly features. Capable of firing at an astonishing rate of around 1,200 to 1,500 rounds per minute, the machine gun could lay down a continuous stream of firepower, creating a distinctive and intimidating sound that became synonymous with the MG-42's presence on the battlefield. This high rate of fire made the MG-42 exceptionally effective in providing suppressive fire, pinning down enemy forces and limiting their ability to maneuver. The rapid and sustained fire could quickly disrupt and demoralize opposing infantry units, making them more vulnerable to follow-up attacks or allowing friendly forces to advance. The MG-42's versatility added to its deadly reputation. It could be employed in various roles, including as a light machine gun, medium machine gun, or mounted on vehicles. Its adaptability meant that it could serve both offensive and defensive purposes, contributing to its effectiveness in different combat scenarios. The design of the MG-42 also facilitated quick and easy barrel changes, reducing the risk of overheating during sustained fire. This feature enhanced the machine gun's sustained rate of fire and allowed for prolonged engagement without significant delays for cooling. While the MG-42's firepower was a defining characteristic, its mobility and relatively light weight for a machine gun of its caliber made it more maneuverable than some of its counterparts. This mobility allowed German forces to reposition quickly, providing them with a tactical advantage on the battlefield. Overall, the MG-42's deadly effectiveness was a result of its incredibly high rate of fire, adaptability, and mobility. It became a symbol of German firepower during World War II and left a lasting impact on the development of machine guns in the post-war era. The Katyusha rocket launcher, officially designated as the BM-13, was a highly effective and deadly artillery system used by the Soviet Union during World War II. Its lethality lay in its ability to deliver devastating barrages of rockets over a wide area, causing significant damage to enemy positions and infrastructure. The Katyusha's primary strength was its rapid and intense firepower. Mounted on trucks, tanks, or specialized launch vehicles, the BM-13 could launch a salvo of rockets in a matter of seconds. This made it particularly effective for saturating enemy defenses or concentrations of troops, overwhelming them with a storm of explosives. The range of the Katyusha rockets varied, but they were capable of reaching targets several kilometers away. This allowed Soviet forces to strike deep into enemy territory, disrupting rear areas, supply lines, and communication hubs. The unpredictability of Katyusha attacks added to their deadliness, as the rapid launch and departure of the rocket vehicles made it difficult for the enemy to pinpoint their location. The psychological impact of Katyusha barrages was significant. The distinctive and ominous sound produced by the launching rockets earned them the nickname Stalin's Organ, or Hail of Steel, by German soldiers. The sheer volume of rockets raining down on the battlefield created a sense of terror and chaos among enemy troops. Katyushas were particularly effective in a shock-and-awe role, softening up enemy defenses before an infantry assault. The rockets carried various warheads, including high explosive, fragmentation, and incendiary, making them versatile in their ability to target different types of enemy positions. The Katyusha rocket launcher's ability to deliver a concentrated and overwhelming volume of firepower quickly became a symbol of Soviet artillery during World War II. Its impact on the Eastern Front was significant, and its design influenced the development of multiple rocket launchers in the post-war era. The Katyusha's deadliness was not just in its destructive capabilities, but also in the psychological toll it exacted on those facing its formidable firepower. The Hawker Hurricane, a key player in the Royal Air Force during the early years of World War II, proved to be a deadly and resilient fighter aircraft. Its deadliness stemmed from a combination of factors that made it a vital asset in the defense against German air raids. The Hurricane's robust construction and innovative design contributed significantly to its lethality. Its fabric-covered wings and metal framework, along with a unique tubular steel structure, gave the aircraft a ruggedness that allowed it to withstand considerable damage. This structural strength meant that the Hurricane could endure severe punishment and remain operational, making it a reliable and resilient fighter. Equipped with a Rolls-Royce Merlin engine, the Hurricane possessed excellent maneuverability, allowing it to outmaneuver many of its adversaries. This, coupled with its stability and responsiveness, made the Hurricane effective in dogfights against German aircraft during the Battle of Britain. The Hurricane's armament, primarily consisting of 8 Browning machine guns mounted in its wings, provided a formidable punch. While the firepower was not as heavy as some contemporary fighters, the Hurricane's accuracy and rate of fire were sufficient to engage enemy aircraft effectively. The Hurricane played a crucial role in the Battle of Britain, where it faced the formidable German Messerschmitt Bf 109. Despite being outperformed in certain aspects, the Hurricane's ruggedness, firepower, and numerical superiority made it a decisive factor in the RAF's successful defense against the Luftwaffe. The adaptability of the Hurricane also contributed to its deadliness. Initially designed as a biplane, it underwent modifications that transformed it into a monoplane, enhancing its speed and overall performance. This adaptability allowed the Hurricane to evolve with the demands of modern aerial warfare. The Hurricane's contribution to the war effort extended beyond its role as a fighter. It served in various capacities, including ground attack missions and naval operations, showcasing its versatility. The atomic bomb, a devastating and unprecedented weapon, demonstrated its deadly potential with overwhelming force during the closing stages of World War II. The destructive power of the atom bomb, notably exemplified in the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, forever changed the course of history and the nature of warfare. The atom bomb's lethality lay in its ability to unleash an unparalleled amount of energy through nuclear fission. The bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki relied on the splitting of uranium-235 and plutonium-239 atoms, respectively, initiating a chain reaction that released an immense amount of heat, blast, and radiation. The immediate impact of the atom bomb was marked by an intense and massive explosion. The blast wave, accompanied by a searing heat, obliterated structures and caused widespread destruction within the blast radius. Entire city blocks were leveled, and the force of the explosion inflicted catastrophic damage, causing immediate casualties and obliterating infrastructure. Beyond the initial blast, the atom bomb's deadliness extended through its lingering effects. The release of nuclear radiation, both immediate and residual, led to widespread radiation sickness, long-term health issues, and an increased risk of cancer among survivors. The radiation effects extended not only to humans, but also affected the environment, leaving lasting scars on the affected regions. The psychological impact of the atom bomb was profound. The sheer magnitude of its destructive power left an indelible mark on the collective consciousness of the global community. The bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki forced the world to confront the reality of nuclear warfare and its potential for unparalleled devastation, ushering in the nuclear age.